ewo Libya arehosem as esi ewo ho ene se former meka se former and late president Muammar Gaddafi yenyina yenim no I mean Gaddafi because of the history he has with Libya. The Ato Gaddafi ebusuya and his son echemu se nipa bonifuo bi akwakoto ahye ne so ekum no ewo Libya enya asem ketwa. And apparently said the ensem ni esi how events happened no na che say owenifie in his house according to reports free Libya eba no echemu say the son of Muammar Gaddafi no wenifie I mean, it's not like he was outside or anywhere. He was in his house. So that is the guy we're talking about. And I just say, nipa bonifuo bi eto share ne so womo agene nkwa efri ne nsem ya. Now this guy has a lot of history in Libya as a whole because of the dad and the contributions one way or the other no will make it Libya minu emu. And today it's sad that he has been murdered in his own house at age 53, which is a very sad one. Inti Usha screens this one says son of former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi shot dead. So it says despite holding no official position, Saif al-Islam Gaddafi was once seen as the most powerful figure in the oil-rich North African country after his father, who ruled for more than 4 decades. So the Abrantiano, we know him as Saif al-Islam Gaddafi. Yechemu said because of his father, he was very, very powerful. And Nepapanso said this man ruled Libya for over 4 decades. Saif didn't hold any position. No minister or no he held literally no governmental position or even no position at all. But then he was very powerful. And you know that some of the powers transcend from your predecessors, from the family you are coming from. And he being a Gaddafi, that should tell you say this guy held on to certain things in Libya, and in our people really were scared of him. But then it's quite unfortunate that he had passed at an is there an early age or
no, not
53?
Really.
But he's still not alive. If life begins at 40, we're trying with 13 people.
Yes. So Saif al-Islam Gaddafi. It's quite unfortunate that we've lost him. So what we have on our screens is a report from Sky News. Son of former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi shot dead. Despite holding no official position, Saif al-Islam was once seen as the most powerful figure in the oil-rich North African country after his father, who ruled for more than 4 decades. So this is a report coming in from Sky News, and it continues to read: Saif al-Islam, the son of Libya's late dictator Muammar Gaddafi, has been shot dead by gunmen who broke into his home, officials have said. The 53-year-old was killed during a direct confrontation with 4 armed men in the Libyan town of Zintan, southwest of the capital Tripoli, his office said in a statement on Tuesday. His lawyer, Khalid al-Zaidi, and separately his advisor, Abdullah Othman Abdul Rahim, both confirmed his death on Facebook without providing details. So this is what we are having from Sky News, talking about the death of Gaddafi's son, who reportedly didn't hold any position in his government. But then from some sources also, so let's continue from here. The 53-year-old was killed during a direct confrontation with 4 armed men in Libyan town. His lawyer, Khalid Zaid, I think this one has been read already, so we can move up small. Despite holding no official position, the second son of the long-time dictator was once seen as the most powerful figure in the oil-rich North African country after his father, who ruled for more than 4 decades. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi shaped policy and was involved in high-profile diplomacy, including talks on weapons of mass destruction and compensation for the families of those killed in the bombing of Pan AM Flight 103 over Lockerbie in Scotland in 1988. So that is the report from Sky. So educated at the London School of Economics and a fluent English speaker, he was once seen by many governments as the acceptable Western-friendly face of Libya. But when a rebellion broke out against his father's regime in 2011, he became an architect of a brutal crackdown on rebels. After fighters took over the capital, he was captured attempting to flee to neighboring Niger about a month after his father was hunted down and shot dead by rebels. So this is more of about Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, the son of Muammar al-Gaddafi. So we'll continue and then give more updates on this particular incident. So quite unfortunate. In 2015, a Libyan court sentenced him to death for war crimes. He was also wanted by the International Criminal Court, accused of crimes against humanity. He spent 6 years detained in the town of Zintan. It was a far cry from the charmed life he had lived during his father's rule, when he had pet tigers and mingled with high society on trips abroad. He was released by the militia in 2017 under an amnesty. So this is, I think, more of Gaddafi's son, who has been reportedly shot dead in his home. Now, some other reports, I don't know if we are done with this write-up. Some other reports were also saying that he was shot on the borders of Algeria. Okay. Per some confrontations that they made. So I think probably we'll find them in this one. In 2021, he attempted to run for president, but was opposed by many who have suffered at the hands of his father's rule. He was also disqualified from the election because of his 2015 conviction. His candidacy became a point of contention, and the election process stalled amid arguments between powerful armed groups. So yes, in 2021, he tried to also become the president of Libya. In an interview with the New York Times magazine in 2021, he discussed his political strategy. I've been away from the Libyan people for 10 years, he said. You need to come back slowly, like a striptease. You need to play with your minds a little. So that is what the son of Gaddafi said. Libya remains deeply divided, with rival administrations in the east and west after the nations descended into anarchy following the fall of Muammar Gaddafi's regime. The former dictator was killed by opposition fighters during the uprising, which turned into a civil war. Most of his 8 children had significant roles in government. So, yes, quite a sad one coming in from Libya. Yes. So, as I was saying, at a point where when they asked his sister, he said he was actually killed on the borders between Libya and Algeria. Then his lawyers and his advisors are also saying something different, saying he was killed in his home by an unknown gunman, 4 of them. So you can't really tell, because people feel he still has that kind of, his father's spirit in him, because in 2021 he was rejected to even stand in to be elected to become the president.
And that's the second son.
Yes, and that's the second son. At age 53, he still has the potential to lead Libya. So people have this feel that the same people who went after his father and toppled him, killed him, are the same people who went after Islam Gaddafi, and it's very sad. Very sad.
It's a very sad Libya. One. Yeah. Coming at this point, and it's quite unfortunate. Gaddafi being murdered, and then his son also being murdered. It's like history is trying to repeat itself.
Yes, so you see, at a point where Gaddafi was being chased up and down, people were trying to just get hold of him, assassinate him, dethrone him from being the president of Libya. At a point in time, you see, in as much as the son wasn't holding any prominent position in government, in what we read, it was stating that he was holding high-profile meetings. At a point where Libya were sanctioned. I mean, internationally or globally, let me put it that way. They were sanctioned because they were running some kind of is it atomic bombs that they were preparing at a point. He had to hold some meetings, so his father will put it will put it at a halt. And with this, they were able to, I mean, release themselves or release the Libya government economically from most of these trade tariffs that they were hit with. And as we also read, it was stating that he had the opportunity to meet high-profile people because of his father. So you can see that some way, somehow, he was very influential in the in his father's regime. And there are a lot of things that he may know that we don't know. That probably the opposition, they are not aware of it, or the sitting government currently in Libya, they are not aware of it, and all that. And
they are seeing him more like a threat.
Yes, I mean, they see him more like a threat because there is no relation to, I mean, he was out, and we all saw that he wanted to come in and probably stand during the elections to become president. He was saying that he's been away for like 10 years. And he has to find his way gradually or slowly into the minds of the people of Libya so he can get to know whether he will be accepted or not. So clearly you could see he was finding his way to the topmost office of Libya, and unfortunately they decided to, I mean, take him down because we can't allow you to come and then continue your father's legacy.
But he's not the only child of Gaddafi.
But he was very influential in his father's regime.
Okay.
During his father's regime, he was very influential. For you to be able to hold meetings, so economic or let's say trade tariffs that were hit by, I mean, the foreigners or the Western world, you were able to talk to them so they can remove the tariffs. And it was stated that he was the face of the Western world during his father's regime. This tells you that every communication coming in from the Western world went through him. Do you understand? So you can't really tell, because now you can't ditch your father for the Western world. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you come back and you are speaking with your father as the president of Libya, you know how you present your case, and you know how, or the best action that you would want your father to take. Do you understand? So some of all these ideas, all these things they talked about, how best probably they can, I mean, thwart all the plans of the Western world, he still has it. Do you understand? So someone like this, the moment you come out and, I mean, make moves to become president, or, I mean, to lead Libya, because imagine the son of Gaddafi is back to lead Libya.
That's like Gaddafi 2.0.
Yes, 2.0. Just the return of Muammar al-Gaddafi. So yes, this is what people didn't want. And you know, it was during the time of President Obama that they assassinated President Gaddafi.
Yeah.
And even right after that, President Obama came out and made it public that this was one of the worst decisions he has ever made as president. But then currently, you know, in as much as he was toppled, he was killed, still out there in the Western world, they wouldn't be happy to see the Gaddafi's son come back to ascend the throne. So a lot of people are relating this to the United States, the people who were behind his father's death. They are still relating, they are still relating it to the United States of America.
That they might have a hand.
Allegedly, they might have a hand in the death of Islam Gaddafi. So a lot of people are talking, and they are so much into this particular issue, trying to find out who these gunmen were. What was their mission in the man's house? He's 53, 7 years to 60, and he's still capable of leading Libya. So what exactly were they looking out from him that they had to go to his house and, I mean, shoot him?
And is the house story even true, as per other narratives are also coming out concerning his death? So
yes, so
right now it's more like we don't really know the truth about how he died.
His blood sister is saying that he was killed on the borders of Algeria and then Libya. Then the other side, people that are close to him are also saying he was killed in his home. Do you understand? So you see, sometimes when there is an issue like this, you may see it as something very simple, but then your very first utterances, the things that you say from the beginning, will also, will put you out there. Do you understand? For people to find out, what really happened. So you need to know how to, plot your things, know what to say at the very beginning of the incident. So that is why now we have two different sources telling two different, incidents prior to the death of Islam al-Gaddafi. Quite unfortunate and very sad for Libya.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate and it's very sad. Now,